Single dad fixed female CEO's laptop and found her picture. She asked, "Am I attractive?" Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Romance Rewind Stories. Before we dive into today's incredible story, I have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying these heartwarming tales, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. It's quick, it's free, and it's the best way to support us in bringing you more emotional romance stories. And here's something I'd love to know. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing our amazing community from around the world. Oh, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and reach more people who love these kinds of tales. Now let's get into today's story. Single dad fixed female CEO's computer and accidentally saw her photo. She asked, "Do you like me?" The emergency call came through at 9:47 p.m. on a Friday, just as Landon Rivers was getting his 5-year-old daughter Sage ready for bed. The IT support company he worked for didn't usually do after-hours calls, but apparently when Sienna Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell Industries, needed her computer fixed immediately, exceptions were made. "Daddy, you promised movie night," Sage said, her lower lip trembling as Landon grabbed his laptop bag. "I know, Bug. I'm sorry." Landon knelt down, pulling his daughter into a hug. "But this is an important client. Mrs. Chen will stay with you, and tomorrow we'll have a double movie day. Deal." Sage considered this with the seriousness only a 5-year-old could muster. "With popcorn?" "With extra butter," Landon promised, kissing her forehead. 20 minutes later, he stood in the lobby of Blackwell Tower, feeling severely underdressed in his casual jeans and company polo shirt. The security guard eyed him suspiciously until Landon showed his work ID. "Ms. Blackwell is expecting you. Top floor. She's the only one still in the building." The elevator ride to the penthouse suite felt like ascending to another world. When the doors opened, Landon stepped into an office that was more window than wall, offering a breathtaking view of the city skyline. And behind a massive desk, bathed in the glow of multiple monitors, sat Sienna Blackwell. Landon had seen her photo in business magazines, the Ice Queen of Tech, they called her. 33 years old, brilliant, ruthless in business dealings. But the photos hadn't captured the reality of her. Long dark hair pulled back in a severe ponytail, sharp green eyes that missed nothing, and a face that would be beautiful if it weren't set in such fierce concentration. "You're the IT person?" she asked without looking up, her fingers still flying across her keyboard. "Landon Rivers, ma'am. I understand you're having computer issues." "My system crashed mid-presentation preparation," Sienna said, finally looking at him. Her gaze was assessing, clinical. "I have a board meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I need the data recovered and the presentation rebuilt. Can you do it?" "I'll do my best," Landon said, moving to her computer. "May I?" She stood, and Landon was struck by how tall she was. Probably 5'10" in the heels she wore despite the late hour. She moved to a chair by the window, pulling out her phone. "Work. I won't disturb you." Landon settled into her still warm chair and began diagnostics. The crash was worse than he'd expected. A corrupted hard drive that had taken half her files with it. He'd need to run deep recovery software, which would take hours. "Ms. Blackwell," he said carefully, "this is going to take a while. The hard drive corruption is extensive. I can recover the data, but you might want to go home and—" "I'll wait," she interrupted, not looking up from her phone. "I need that presentation." So Landon worked, his fingers moving across the keyboard with practiced efficiency. The recovery software ran in the background while he rebuilt what he could from cloud backups and email attachments. Hours passed in silence, broken only by the clicking of keys and the occasional sound of Sienna's phone calls, always clipped, always authoritative, never warm. Around midnight, Landon's phone buzzed. A text from Mrs. Chen, his neighbor who watched Sage. "She's asleep. Don't worry. Take your time." Landon smiled at the message at the photo Mrs. Chen had attached of Sage curled up with her favorite stuffed elephant. "Your daughter?" Landon jumped, not realizing Sienna had moved to stand behind him, looking at his phone over his shoulder. "Yes, Sage. She's 5. He quickly locked the screen, embarrassed. "Sorry, I shouldn't be—" "It's fine," Sienna said, something unreadable in her expression. "You're working late because of me. The least I can do is let you check on your child." She paused. "Where's her mother?" "She died," Landon said quietly. 3 years ago, cancer. It's been just Sage and me since then." Something shifted in Sienna's face. A crack in the Ice Queen facade. "I'm sorry. That must be difficult." "Some days more than others," Landon admitted. "But Sage makes everything worth it." He stopped, realizing he was babbling to a client. "Sorry. The recovery software should finish soon." Sienna returned to her chair, but Landon felt her gaze on him more often after that, assessing him in a different way. At 2 a.m., the recovery software finally completed its scan. Landon began restoring files, checking each one to ensure it wasn't corrupted. That's when he saw it, a folder labeled Personal that the software had flagged for corruption check. "I need to verify the integrity of all recovered files," Landon explained, "including personal ones. If you'd prefer to check those yourself, go ahead," Sienna said with a dismissive wave. "It's probably just old tax documents." But when Landon opened the folder to run the diagnostic, it wasn't tax documents. It was photos, lots of photos. And in every single one, Sienna Blackwell looked completely different from the Ice Queen in the office. There was Sienna in hiking gear, laughing at the camera with dirt on her face. Sienna in a sundress at what looked like a farmer's market, holding a basket of flowers. Sienna with flour on her nose, clearly in the middle of baking. Sienna reading in a hammock, looking peaceful and young and nothing like the terrifying CEO. Landon stared, completely forgetting he was supposed to be running diagnostics. This was the real Sienna, he realized. The woman behind the corporate armor. And she was breathtakingly beautiful. "What's taking so long with that folder?" Sienna's voice cut through his thoughts. Landon jumped, his face burning. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. The photos they were already open when the diagnostic ran and He turned the monitor so she could see, expecting anger or embarrassment. Instead, Sienna went very still, staring at her own image on the screen. "Those were supposed to be private," she said quietly. "I know. I'm sorry. Professional breach. I wasn't trying to invade your privacy. The software just—" "Do you like me?" Sienna interrupted, her green eyes fixed on him with uncomfortable intensity. Landon blinked. "What? In those photos? The real me, not—" She gestured to herself, to the severe suit and rigid posture. "This version. Do you like that person?" It was possibly the strangest question a client had ever asked him. Landon should have deflected, made some professional non-answer. Instead, he found himself being honest. "Yes," he said quietly. "That person looks happy, alive, like someone I'd want to know." Something vulnerable flickered across Sienna's face. "No one's seen those photos in years. Not since—" She trailed off, then seemed to make a decision. "I used to be her. Before I took over the company, before I had to become the Ice Queen everyone expects. That was me on weekends, when I could escape the office." "What changed?" Landon asked, forgetting entirely that he was the IT guy, and she was a billionaire CEO. "My father had a stroke 4 years ago," Sienna said, standing and moving to the window. "Suddenly, I was running Blackwell Industries at 29 with a board full of men twice my age who didn't think I could handle it. So I became someone who could. Someone hard, untouchable, perfect. The woman in those photos. She's a liability in the boardroom." "That's sad," Landon said before he could stop himself. Sienna turned, eyebrows raised. "Excuse me?" "I just mean you shouldn't have to choose. You can be brilliant and tough in business and still be the person who bakes and hikes and reads in hammocks. Those things don't make you weak." "Easy to say when you're not being constantly judged," Sienna said. but there was no heat in it. Every smile is seen as softness. Every kindness is interpreted as inability to make hard decisions. I learned early that being warm gets you eaten alive. By being the Ice Queen, you're eating yourself alive instead, Landon observed. Then he winced. Sorry, that was way out of line. You're a client. I'm here to fix your computer, not psychoanalyze you. But Sienna was smiling, actually smiling. No, you're right. When's the last time someone was that honest with me? Everyone's either terrified or trying to get something from me. She tilted her head, studying him. You're not afraid of me. Should I be? Landon asked. Most people are. Most people haven't spent 3 hours watching you stress over a presentation while looking human and tired and worried, Landon said. Hard to be afraid of someone when you've seen them drink 4 cups of terrible office coffee and curse at Excel spreadsheets. Sienna laughed, actually laughed, a sound that transformed her entire face. Fair point. Is the presentation salvageable? Almost done, Landon said, turning back to the computer. Everything's recovered. I'm just running a final check. While the software ran, Sienna surprised him by pulling up a chair beside him instead of returning to her spot by the window. Tell me about Sage, she said. What's she like? Landon didn't need to be asked twice. He talked about his daughter, her obsession with dinosaurs, her habit of naming every stuffed animal, her absolute conviction that broccoli was trying to poison her. He showed Sienna more photos on his phone, his pride evident in every word. You're a good father, Sienna said quietly. She's lucky to have you. I'm the lucky one, Landon replied. She saved me after my wife died. Gave me a reason to keep going. Do you date? Sienna asked, then looked surprised at her own question. Sorry, that's invasive. It's okay, and no, I don't. Between work and Sage, there's no time. Plus, women tend to run when they find out I'm a package deal with a 5-year-old. Their loss, Sienna said firmly. Any woman who can't see what an amazing package that is doesn't deserve you. The compliment hung in the air between them, unexpected and warm. Landon felt his cheeks heat. The presentation's done, he said, pulling up the completed file. Everything's recovered and backed up to 3 different locations this time. Sienna leaned forward to look, her shoulder brushing his. This close, Landon could smell her perfume, something subtle and expensive that made his head spin. This is perfect, she said, scrolling through the slides. You're a lifesaver, Landon. Truly. Just doing my job, he said, starting to pack up his equipment. Wait, Sienna said suddenly. It's almost 3 a.m. You've been here for 5 hours. Let me at least buy you breakfast, or do you need to get back to Sage? Mrs. Chen has her until morning, Landon said. But you don't have to. I want to, Sienna interrupted. There's a 24-hour diner 2 blocks away, best pancakes in the city, and I'd like to keep talking if you want. Landon should have said no, should have maintained professional distance. But looking at Sienna, at the hopeful expression on her face, at the glimpse of the woman from those photos peeking through the CEO armor, he found himself nodding. Pancakes sound great. The diner was nearly empty. Just a few night shift workers and one couple too absorbed in each other to notice anyone else. Sienna had draped a coat over her business suit and let her hair down, looking more like the woman in the photos now. I haven't been here in years, she admitted, sliding into a booth. I used to come every Sunday morning. Before you became the Ice Queen, Landon suggested gently. Before I decided I had to be perfect, Sienna corrected. Do you know what it's like, being constantly watched, judged, waiting for you to fail? No, Landon admitted. My life is pretty small. Work, Sage. The occasional trip to the park. No one's writing articles about my business decisions or photographing me leaving restaurants. That sounds peaceful, Sienna said wistfully. I can't remember the last time I did something just because I wanted to, not because it was strategic or image-conscious. Then let's make a deal, Landon said impulsively. For the next hour, you're not CEO Sienna Blackwell. You're just Sienna, who likes hiking and baking and apparently has strong opinions about pancakes. A smile slowly spread across Sienna's face. Just Sienna. I like that. They talked for 2 hours. Not one. Sienna told him about growing up as the only child of demanding parents, about business school, about her complicated relationship with the company she now ran. Landon told her about meeting his wife in college, about the devastating loss, about learning to be both mother and father to Sage. You're easy to talk to, Sienna observed as the sun started to rise outside. I haven't had a conversation like this I can't even remember. Maybe you should try being just Sienna more often, Landon suggested. Maybe I will, she said. Then, after a pause, would you like to do this again? Not as a client and IT guy, just as people who enjoy talking to each other? Landon's heart raced. Like a date? If you want it to be, Sienna said, suddenly looking nervous. An expression he suspected didn't cross her face often. I know it's complicated. I'm your client, and there's a huge wealth gap, and I'm probably the last person you'd want to— Yes, Landon interrupted. I'd like that very much. But I should warn you, I come with a 5-year-old who will absolutely interrogate you about your favorite dinosaur and whether you think unicorns are real, Sienna laughed. I think I can handle that. Though I should warn you, I have no idea how to interact with children. I might be terrible at it. Just be yourself, Landon said. The yourself from those photos. That person would be great with kids. Then I'll try to find her again, Sienna said softly. Their first official date was at a children's museum, with Sage as an enthusiastic third wheel. Sienna showed up in jeans and a sweater, her hair in a casual ponytail, looking nervous and excited, and nothing like the CEO Landon had met that first night. Sage, with the directness only children possess, looked Sienna up and down and asked, "Are you Daddy's girlfriend?" Sienna glanced at Landon, who shrugged helplessly. "We're friends," she told Sage. "Is that okay? Do you like dinosaurs?" Sage asked suspiciously. "I think they're fascinating," Sienna said seriously, "especially velociraptors." Sage's face lit up. "Those are my favorite too. Daddy, she has good taste." Watching Sienna crouch down to Sage's level, listening intently as his daughter explained the difference between velociraptors and Deinonychus, Landon felt something shift in his chest. This was the woman from those photos. Warm, engaged, genuinely interested. Not performing, not strategic, just being. Over the next 3 months, Sienna slowly let the Ice Queen facade melt. She started leaving work at reasonable hours to have dinner with Landon and Sage. She went on weekend hikes again, this time with company. She baked cookies with Sage, getting flour everywhere and laughing when the first batch burned. "Your employees think you've been replaced by a pod person," Landon told her one evening as they cooked dinner together in his modest apartment while Sage colored at the kitchen table. "I saw the Business Journal article, Blackwell's Mysterious Transformation." "Let them wonder," Sienna said, stealing a kiss while Sage wasn't looking. "I'm tired of being the Ice Queen. I'd rather be happy." "Are you?" Landon asked. "Happy? Happier than I've been in years," Sienna admitted. She looked at Sage, then back at Landon. "I never thought I'd have this. A partner who sees me, not my bank account. A child who demands piggyback rides and thinks I'm cool because I know dinosaur names. A life outside boardrooms and quarterly reports. We're pretty lucky too," Landon said, wrapping his arms around her waist. "Sage adores you, and I—" He paused, suddenly nervous. "You what?" Sienna prompted, turning to face him. "I love you," Landon said. "I know it's fast, and I know we're from different worlds, but I'm in love with you, Sienna. The real you. The woman who hikes and bakes and reads in hammocks. The woman who plays dinosaurs with my daughter and doesn't care if her hair gets messy." Sienna's eyes filled with tears. "I love you too. Both of you. I never thought I could have this and the company. But you've shown me I don't have to choose. I can be a good CEO and a good partner. I can be tough in the boardroom and soft at home. You can be anything you want, Landon said, kissing her softly, as long as you're happy. A year after Landon fixed Sienna's computer and accidentally saw those photos, he proposed. Not with a flashy public gesture, but quietly in her apartment with Sage holding the ring box and bouncing with excitement. "Will you marry us?" Landon asked, Sage nodding enthusiastically beside him. "Will you be Sage's mum and my wife and our family?" "Yes," Sienna said through happy tears, pulling them both into her arms. 1,000 times, yes. Their wedding was small and intimate. Nothing like the society event everyone expected. Sage was the flower girl, scattering petals with gleeful abandon. And when Sienna walked down the aisle, she wore flowers in her hair and a smile that rivaled the sun, looking exactly like the woman from those photos, happy and alive and free. "Thank you," she whispered to Landon as they danced at the reception, Sage spinning between them, "for seeing the real me, for showing me I could have both the career and the life, for loving all of me." "Thank you," Landon replied, "for letting me see those photos, for trusting me with the real you, for choosing us." And as they danced, surrounded by people who loved them, Sienna thought about that night a year ago when a random IT guy had accidentally seen her secret photos and asked if she liked herself. The answer then had been complicated. But now the answer was simple. Yes, she liked herself. She loved her life. And she'd found a family she never knew she needed, all because her computer crashed and someone saw past the Ice Queen to the woman underneath. Sometimes the best things in life come from the worst technical failures, and sometimes all it takes is someone asking, "Do you like me?" to realize you deserve to be liked and loved for exactly who you are. And that's where our story ends today. What did you think? Did Sienna and Landon's unexpected love story touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Till next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story.